A pressing question that I've had on my mind recently is, when did it become socially acceptable to brag? The correct answer to that, well, should be, is never. And by bragging, I mean like boasting or showing off how one is better than another person, more specifically through what items they have or what types of things they have. When did that become acceptable? Never. It shouldn't be, but it kind of is. Which brings me to my next question. Which type of person is worse?
I only buy name brand clothing. All of my clothing is super expensive. If my shirt isn't like sequin encrusted with the store logo on the front, why would I even wear it?
I only buy things from a thrift store. Like, if it's over $5, I won't even consider it. Everything I own is used. Even my underwear.
I don't really know which one is worse. Well, actually, I know which one I think is worse. A lot of people would disagree with me. Typically, the person who shops at a thrift store, primarily or even in some cases exclusively, is, you know, thought to be financially conscious. They're just trying to save some money, you know, get a good deal. They're buying their clothes secondhand, so it's bringing down the rates of clothing being imported from other countries that, you know, may have been manufactured by children, and there's a lot of benefits to shopping at a thrift store and buying things secondhand, no doubt, no doubt. But shopping at a thrift store has become a status symbol almost equivalent to shopping at a name brand store. I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but thrift is a verb now. People will say like,
I'm going thrifting, I got this thrifting, I'm such a great thrifter.
And, you know, people just think that that's okay. And I understand why people shop at thrift stores. Heck, I shop at thrift stores. Everybody does. You know, everybody goes to Goodwill, Salvation Army, especially now. It's interesting to think that, you know, like, imagine 5 or, I mean, like 10 years ago, somebody telling you that they got their shirt at Goodwill. What would you think? Goodwill's never been like, ooh, they must live on the streets, they shop at Goodwill. No, but somebody who shopped at Goodwill was somebody who was, you know, just looking to save money. And now I feel like so many people are going to thrift stores in order to find something really vintage they can like start a new trend with. And I know that that's not true in all cases, but I've seen so many examples of this. It's crazy how popular this has become. And on a somewhat related note, when did vintage become an adjective? Well, I mean, it's always been an adjective, but it's been so abused. You can be walking around in distressed Converse and people will be like, those are vintage. I got them last year, they're not vintage. I mean, I guess that's up for debate. I mean, how many years old something has to be vintage, but no. I mean, I guess you could say that it looks vintage, but that's what I'm talking about. What does that mean, it looks vintage? If it's not vintage, it isn't vintage. Vintage, vintage. Does that sound like a word anymore? I don't know. How is hipster an adjective? Like, you could be like, wow, that bag is so hipster. What? No, it's not. What does that mean, that's so hipster? Oh, I don't even know. What I'm trying to say is that you can say all you want that people go to Goodwill, you know, they're looking for a deal, they're looking to find some old clothes that are new to them. Yeah, of course, I do it. I don't think I know many people who haven't bought something from a thrift store. Everybody does it now. But the point that I'm trying to make is, when did it become a point where thrifting is something you brag about? And that's just the thing. The fact that thrifting has become like a verb, people are using it as like a sport. It's sort of like a competition, like with oneself, and I mean, I guess with others, to see like, oh, what can I get for the lowest price? What can I get? And that's cool. That's cool, yeah, to a certain point. This really sounds like I just hate people who shop at thrift stores, but that's not it at all, because like I said, I do it too. But what I don't do is advertise. If I like the shoes you're wearing, and I say, I really like your shoes, what do you say? You say, thank you, I appreciate that. You don't even, you say thanks, right? Okay. If you were wearing Toms, for instance, okay, I really like your Toms. I say, wow, those are really cute shoes. You say thanks. That's it. Why is it that when something is bought from a thrift store, you have to tell me where you got it and how much it was? I really like your shoes. Thanks, I got them at Goodwill, $2.50. I didn't want to know that. But so very many people differ from me in the sense that they don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And that's really the point that I was trying to make in this mindless ramble here. Just because something isn't expensive doesn't mean that you flaunting around how much it costs is any less rude, really. To be perfectly honest, I'm surprised that so few people find issue with this, only because there's also a little bit of hierarchy if you will, in regard to thrift shopping. It's sort of perpetuated that if you are going to a thrift store, you are showing initiative that you want to go out and look for something cheap and affordable and cute, where if you know you're going to the mall or shopping online, that everything's just coming to you. And I think that's what it is. I think it's largely the appeal of the hunt, which, I mean, yeah, I can understand. It's cool to find something. I mean, even if you were going to, I don't know, somewhere that you shop at the mall, looking through the sales rack and finding something cute in your size, there's something rewarding in that, no doubt. But I so very rarely see people talking about, you know, the size small t-shirt that they found for $5 in, I don't know, Abercrombie, opposed to someone finding a pair of overalls at Goodwill. Which really brings me to people who thrift together, stick together. It's so weird that people who go to secondhand shops seem to form some sort of bond with one another just because that they buy used clothing. I don't know. I just want to stress that I understand the excitement of getting an awesome piece of clothing for a cheap price, but I do not understand the enjoyment in telling everyone. So more than anything, I'm really interested to hear what you think. I'm really curious to see if you feel the same way as me. Obviously, I'm biased, so I'm really interested to know if this bothers anybody else as much as it bothers me. I don't know if maybe you feel the same way and you talk about it all the time, or you've noticed this but you really haven't put it together until you saw this video and now you notice that it really agitates you. Or maybe you don't care one way or another. It has no effect on you whatsoever. Or maybe you are the person who really likes to tell everyone how much their clothes cost, in which case, okay, but I guess I'd like to know why you do that. This is the start to my weekly videos.
You say that every single time.
Yeah, well, this is it, so yeah. And cue the typewriter.
DaniEllisVision. What?